So I'm sure you've heard the news by now. Victor Wembanyama will be out for the rest of his sophomore season, a season in which he became an all-star, was well on his way to Defensive Player of the Year, and has now been surrounded by a group of guys that could potentially be led to a playoff run. As a Spurs fan and Wemby fan, the news was jarring. We all have been praying and hoping a guy of Wemby's stature would not go down with anything super critical due to his skinny frame and the fact that he's highly mobile in that frame while having to battle tanks of grown men in the paint. But when I found out what it was for, it became both a relief, in some ways, and a cause for concern. Wemby was diagnosed with deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder. I'll dive deeper into what that is, but it was a relief that it wasn't anything that would impair his mobility going forward, but ultimately that it was caught early so we could see Mr. Wembanyama for many more years doing what he loves. I'm a Spurs fan to the core, but I'm also a father with a son. I do not like seeing young men going down to the things like this before their lives truly start. So kudos to the medical staff and the physicians that were able to diagnose this and get him the help needed for a speedy recovery. So for those that may not be aware, what is deep vein thrombosis? Well, DVT is a condition in which a blood clot forms in a deep vein, typically in the legs. This clot can partially or completely block blood flow in the affected vein, leading to swelling, pain, and redness. And what makes his so odd and concerning is these usually happen in the legs and pelvic area. Having DVT in upper extremities is rare. In fact, they only make up 4 to 10% of all DVT cases. Usually this happens to healthy individuals who do repetitive arm movements or strenuous activities, which fits the bill for an NBA athlete, and especially one the size of Wemby with long arms he has to lift up constantly. Yes, but like most things, if it's found and dealt with early, it's not nearly as scary as it seems. But why is it dangerous? Well, the clot can break loose and travel through the bloodstream to the lungs, causing a pulmonary embolism. A PE is a life-threatening condition that can block blood flow to the lungs, leading to severe breathing difficulties, chest pain, and even sudden, So, with that said, it is something he and the team have to take serious right now, but it's something he can most likely easily bounce back from. As a fan of his and of his team, a strong push to the playoffs became a reality this season, but our future remains bright with such a young talent. Not to mention, you want old Vic around for as long as possible, not only as an athlete, but as a human being. So it's good that this was caught early and that he will get the attention needed to be back on the court as soon as possible. So from GOATcast Hoops, get well soon, and there's a DPOY award with your name on it waiting for you when you get back.